Who here hasn't been to space?
Why?
You better not throw up on my ship.
Approaching jump in 3, 2, 1.
What's up and what's going on, fellow fanatics, and welcome back to another episode. In this episode, I'm going to be reacting to a new spot that Marvel has put out for Multiverse of Madness called Wanda Returns. I'm going to react to this. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts afterward, because I know that there are still a lot of people out there that are thinking, and I'm so sorry for you, that Wanda is not the villain. So I'm going to watch this. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts after.
What is grief? If not love, persevere.
Such a dope line. Love that line.
Part of the madness of the multiverse is we get to see different realities. And we see different versions primarily of Doctor Strange, but we do see other versions of Wanda Maximoff.
I think WandaVision was this journey of her for the first time taking her own life into her own hands, and it was fun transitioning from her experience to this movie.
You could use an Avenger.
There are other Avengers.
Get you back on the lunchbox. What do you know about the multiverse?
We wanted to satisfy the WandaVision fans and take them to the next level with a character they love.
So dope.
It was fun just looking at it from a different perspective. The multiverse. Liz had his theories. He believed it was dangerous.
We need your help. It's magical. She owns that character so well. It's a very powerful performance with a very powerful character.
In the multiverse, there are alternate versions of everyone. It gives the characters a unique opportunity to meet themselves, to recognize qualities that they may have been blind to.
The fate of the multiverse depends on us.
So happy for that. So excited for that. So we are 6 days away from Multiverse of Madness for those of us that are going to be seeing the film Thursday, May 5th. Now, I know a lot of people out there, because there's a huge group of people out there that still believe that Wanda Maximoff is not going to be the villain during this film.
Don't let him make you the villain.
Maybe I already am.
There are people that are out there saying that there's going to be other villains out there, that she's possibly going to have to team up with Stephen Strange at the end of the film. Well, I'm sorry to rain on your lovely theory, but Shuma's not the villain. Nightmare's not the villain. Mephisto's not the villain. Or anybody else that you might have named to possibly be a villain in this film is not the villain. I'm so sorry to continue to rain on parades. I've said it in previous videos. I've said it since day one. I'm going to continue to say it even after this film because it's correct that Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, is the overall villain of this film. You have to take yourself back to the ending of WandaVision. Where did we leave Wanda? We left her broken. We left her confused. We left her searching for her children. We left her angry. And you also have to remind yourself of everything that Wanda has lost. I've also said this in previous videos. She's watched her husband die 3 times. She watched her parents die. She put her trust in Ultron, someone that she figured that she could trust. Put her life and her brother's life in his hands, ultimately for her brother to die at his hands. She watched her children disappear and be taken away from her. Everything that Wanda has loved, everything that she has ever cared about has been stripped and taken away from her. So where does that leave someone like Wanda broken? We saw that all throughout WandaVision, how broken she was. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Can we in fact pretend that she is anything other than a woman scorned, like which fury hell hath no? We cannot.
So yes, Wanda is coming into the Multiverse of Madness for everything that was taken away from her. She is going to come and she's going to be the overall villain in this film. And not only that, Lizzie Olsen, who plays Wanda Maximoff, has talked before about where she would love for Marvel to take the character. She is a reader of the comics. She's read House of M, and that's where she said in an interview back during the Age of Ultron days where she wanted them to take the character.
Would you like to see Scarlet Witch do next? Or where would you like
I
to see her
mean,
go?
my favorite is House of M, but that would never happen. But
never say never in this.
I mean, if she could have 2 fake babies and everyone tell her that they don't really exist, and then her just go nuts, that would be unbelievable. But I don't think they're gonna do that. It might be a little too dark for the Marvel universe. When she loses her mind, it's my favorite thing in the comics.
So good.
Yeah.
Now, I know that she said in the interview that she didn't think that Disney would ever be bold enough to ever do something like this, and yeah, maybe in the past Disney wouldn't have been so keen on doing darker villains such as the Scarlet Witch. But you've got Papa Feige involved. You've got Marvel Studios involved. Marvel is showing us, which we've seen in Moon Knight, that they are not afraid to push the envelope, that they are not afraid to give us the material that we are wanting to see on screen. It's not beyond the scope to believe that Disney and Marvel Studios can handle the dark tones of House of M. I mean, why else would Papa Feige go through the trouble of going all the way to court with Fox over the Maximoff twins?
Let me ask you this question. Is it not enough? Is it never enough?
Back before Disney had the rights to the X-Men, Papa Feige and Marvel Studios went to court with Fox over the rights or over being able to use the Maximoff twins. And Fox gave Marvel Studios permission to use the Maximoff twins as long as they did not use Magneto's name or the word mutants. So Marvel can get as creative with this as they want to get. If you even take it back to what Oscar Isaac was saying when he was being interviewed for Moon Knight, he was talking about how RDJ had reached out to him and told him, Kevin Feige is a genius and he is a collaborator. So don't be afraid to come in and give ideas and give your thoughts and be bold with your choices. That's RDJ telling Oscar Isaac, you know, to be bold and collaborate with him and give him your creative opinions. And I also believe that that also is advice that could be pushed over to Lizzie Olsen if it already has not been given to her. That she can be creative, she can collaborate with Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios in giving fans and also having the satisfaction of bringing to life the Scarlet Witch that she wants to portray on screen. I believe that Feige and crew would definitely be bold enough to give fans the House of M that we would all appreciate, and also giving Lizzie Olsen the freedom to be as creative as she wants to be with the character. Wanda is a fan favorite, especially after WandaVision. She gained so many new fans, and the MCU gained so many new fans after her show debuted in 2020. If you remember, if you go back to the early talks of Multiverse of Madness, when everyone was talking about Wanda being the villain, there were a lot of Wanda fans out there that weren't exactly happy with Wanda becoming the villain. They were like, oh no, we don't want Wanda to be the villain. But as the movie's getting closer and as more and more is coming out, fans are really starting to love the idea of having Wanda Maximoff be the villain. People love to see when a character goes wild from a storytelling standpoint. And for me, it would line up with the comics. In the comics, Wanda is damaged like she currently is in the MCU. Wanda causes damage and makes the Avengers always distrust her. And you can take these most recent comments from Lizzie Olsen where she said, "It's not the most fun in my mind to always play the hero of a story where they do no wrong." She said, "I don't find that interesting. I think the reason why I really enjoyed Wanda from the beginning is that she's very clear in her beliefs. They just don't align with others, and that's okay. She'll have her own realization and admit when she makes mistakes." I don't know about anybody else out there, but for me, that's Lizzie Olsen kind of telling us, hey, it's no fun to just sit here for me to be the hero. It's no fun for me to play the hero. At some point, I'm going to become the full-fledged Scarlet Witch that she is in the comics. And you can even take it back to the ending of WandaVision, where we picked up with Wanda in the cabin that I believe is Wonder War Mountain, where she's astral projecting herself while her physical body is still out and about doing things. She's studying the Darkhold and she hears her children scream, "Mom, help." The look on Bitch's face was like, if you get in my way, if any of you try to take anything else from me, I'm going to decimate you. And again, from the leaks and rumors we've heard, she decimates everyone. She decimates the Illuminati. Wanda's body count in this film, as the villain, is going to be insane. You even take what Agatha said in the finale of the episode. She said, "The Scarlet Witch is not born, she is forged."
The Scarlet Witch is not born, she is forged. She has no coven, no need for incantation.
I'm not a witch. I don't cast spells. No one taught me magic.
Your power exceeds that of the Sorcerer Supreme. It's your destiny to destroy the world.
And with the most recent rumors of the solo Scarlet Witch project and Children's Crusade, the story that takes place after House of M, and if you don't know that story, Wanda is missing, people are looking for her, and her children are being brought into the Young Avengers. The Avengers are afraid of Billy because he has dreams of his mother and starts to showcase powers like her. In order for that story to take place, you have to have Wanda disappear and be feared, and have Billy be feared by association. And if you are on Twitter and you follow credible inside scooper Daniel RPK, he stated that the Scarlet Witch will have just as much screen time as Strange. The film deals with her just as much as it deals with Doctor Strange. And there have been other credible insiders and scoopers out there that have been saying the exact same things. All credible scoopers and insiders all agree on this one thing, that the ending of the film has not changed. We have seen so many different plot leaks and so many different things as far as cameos and who's going to be in the film and what's going to happen in the film. Go back to the early days of Multiverse of Madness. There was the rumors that Shuma Gorath was going to be the main villain in the film. We heard that Nightmare may be the villain in the film. We've heard so many different plot leaks and rumors, but everyone still agrees on this one thing. It has not changed, and it will be the battle against Wanda. Now, she may attempt to reverse the damage she's done, but she's not going to turn and help Steven fight some overall big bad. Because again, Wanda is the villain in this film. You just take a look back at everything that Wanda has been through to this point. Every single moment has led her to this point. Wanda is going to be the villain, and from some of the clips that we've seen and some of the leaks that we've heard, it sounds like Wanda's going to be stacking up a body count. So I am super excited for this film. I really wish Marvel would stop putting out clips. Again, we are 6 days away from the film, but as always, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Do you think that Wanda is the villain? Are you in that camp that is saying, no, Wanda's not the villain, there's going to be an overall big bad that she's going to have to team up with Stephen Strange and fight? Or are you just one that's sitting there saying, I don't want to know anything about the film, I just want to go and be surprised? And I'm going to be honest with you, as far as Marvel films go, there is still barely little we know about this film. There are things that we know, but there is very little that we do know. So I really believe that when we all sit down in the theater, again, I've said this before, we are all going to walk out in a changed MCU. I think this film is really going to blow a lot of people's minds. I also believe that it might beat No Way Home in the box office. But again, let me know what you guys think down below. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, and we will see you guys in the next video.
Scarlet Witch first appeared in X-Men #4 in May of 1964, where she and her brother Quicksilver were part of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. That's right, she started out as a villain.